Okay, hello everyone. Quickish video today, I hope. I'm going to title this one I used to run, and it's because I'm just getting over a bad back spasm. Back's still tight, but just how kind of debilitated it made me feel again in the last couple of weeks, and how that made me reflect on, I guess, what we call my daily struggle, my daily efforts, and how I have worked really hard not to get stuck on that. But I used to be able to run, but I used to be able to lift 5 kilos, but I used to be able to do all of these things, because if I look at that, then it makes me an abject failure. So I think it's really important for any of us who are overcoming a stroke, overcoming any condition, any illness, any injury, mental health. And mental health goes hand in hand with a lot of physical ailments, because that I used to be able to is a judgment that we're setting ourselves up against, and it's not always positive, and it doesn't always make us feel any better. And if it doesn't make us feel any better, our energy dips. And I certainly have found that if I have low mood and low energy, my efforts and everything just seems so much harder. So I'm not saying that I'm always like woohoo and upbeat and everything's a-okay, but my longer term steady focus is that I am going to get much more improved. I will improve, I can improve. Oh, look what I can do now. And hopefully at this point I'll be able to insert a wee video showing me kind of doing stride walking and putting my arms straight out. And that's massive, because last year I couldn't lift my left arm and I couldn't do any of these kind of movements with it. I was having to lift it and direct it and push it, and you'll have seen me in earlier videos lifting my hand up. Well, I can now do all that, and that might not be massive to anybody else, but that's big to me, and it also shows me that I'm recovering. And when I get that sense of frustration because something's just not quite clicking, I know that's my brain trying, and that's my brain reminding me that it remembers that it did or it could do that, and it's trying to find a way to do it again. So I think that's it. I used to jog, I used to run, I use the term run loosely. But just because you used to be able to do it doesn't mean you might not be able to do it again in the future. But what I've tried to do is keep myself focused on that self-belief that I am going to achieve it and I will achieve it. And I think that that's helped carry me this far, pushing through things day in, day out, making things, pushing myself when my hand isn't working, doing something and making it work, but also acknowledging that, it might be a bit tired, so give it a rest, give yourself a break. So, if the biggest thing you've done today is woke up and taken a breath, that's massive. That's your thing. That's what you've done today. Maybe tomorrow you wake up and you sit up in bed. But even if you can't do any of these things yet, or you struggle to do them, and you've got help to do it, then keep using that help. And your brain does want to do these things. It just, needs a wee bit of help, and it's a wee bit stuck. So I guess really, I just wanted to kind of put that out there, because, things have changed for me. I've changed both in the way that I'm not who I was a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, but I'm also not who I was a year ago or 6 months ago. I've achieved some of my aims that I set out in January. I can spray deodorant, I can open a packet of crisps with my fingers now, pulling, instead of biting. So there's lots of things I can do, and that's what I remind myself of, that, yeah, I get frustrated because I can't get it quite right, but I'm also delighted and over the moon with how far I've came. And you know what? you should be too. Said previously, any improvement or any movement matters, anything, even thinking about it matters. And as always, be kind to yourself. This happened, whatever's happened to you happened. So, you're rolling with it and you're going with it. So, really, that's my message. Hopefully, that if it's clear enough, yeah, I used to be able to, but I used to also not be able to do some things that I can do now. And I think that's what you hang on to, and that's what pushes you forward and carries you forward. And as always, if anybody has anything to say, feel free to reach out and get in touch. But yeah, I am really hopeful that, again, can do this, can do all that before. So all these wee movements matter, everything matters. So yeah, everybody take care. And again, thank you for watching, and share this video with anybody you think it might benefit. Don't need to have had a stroke. This is all about what's going on internally for you. So anyway, take care. And this is just shy of 7 minutes. So thank you. Bye bye.